Hello, and welcome to Winthrop Today, a series of short films about people who work and live in Winthrop. I am your host, Dr. Robert Staulo, and our guest today is Ralph Tufo. Ralph is a musician, author, playwright, and more. Hello, Ralph. Thanks for being on our show.
Hey, Robert. Thank you. Glad to be here.
I said musician, author, a playwright. Is there anything more that I missed?
Well, I'm also a songwriter.
Also a songwriter.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. That's something else that you do. Did you grow up in Winthrop?
No, I grew up in Lynn. I lived in Lynn for about 22 years. And then when my wife and I got married, we moved to Winthrop. And we've been here for 52 years. And I love it here. This is my town.
And what kind of experience did you have growing up in Lynn?
Well, I lived in the brickyard section of Lynn. I also wrote a play about that. A section in Lynn that was kind of, a lot of it was actually destroyed during urban renewal in the 60s. And, I went to the Lynn school system. I took accordion lessons when I was 5. Accordion is in my family. We're Italian. My grandfather came from Italy. He played.
So what else did you do in Lynn? Did you do, how was the school there, all right?
I enjoyed the elementary school. I didn't really enjoy the junior high school. It was kind of tough.
What was wrong with the junior high?
It was kind of more, I hate to say it, more like run like a prison. And then I got to high school. I really liked the high school. I was involved in the track team. I met a lot of new friends. And so, high school was good.
Okay.
Then from there, I went on to Salem State, studied to be a teacher. Then Boston University, also studying education. And I ended up teaching for 42 years before I retired, and I did teach in Winthrop for 12 years.
And where did you teach in Winthrop?
At the middle school, the old middle school.
And how was that?
Oh, that was good. I taught English, social studies, and reading, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. If I'm putting a plug in for the schools, it was always like cuts every year. And I got laid off 8 times out of 12 years because of budget cuts. So financially it was tough for the schools, and still is. So I'm an advocate for supporting the schools.
And comparing the Lynn schools with the schools in Winthrop, how would you say they compare?
Well, back then, I don't remember like ever going on a field trip or having extra activities when I went to school in Lynn. And then, from what I've seen, like in Winthrop, there, at one point there were all clubs and activities and extracurricular activities for kids, which we didn't have growing up in Lynn.
Okay. How did you get interested in music?
Well, as I said, I started taking lessons when I was 5 because it was in my family. I took lessons for quite a while. Then I stopped because at one point in junior high school, it wasn't cool to tell anybody that you played the accordion. So it wasn't until actually after I graduated from college, a friend knew I played the accordion, invited me to a party, dragging me to play my accordion. So I did. The next thing I knew, they made me a member of the band. They had a little band called the Gloucester Hornpipe and Clog Society. and I had to learn Irish music, sea shanties, traditional international music. So I played with them for about, I don't know, 13 years. And then I also got invited to start a Cajun Zydeco band with some friends, and that was called the Boogaloo Swamis. And we toured throughout New England, and we won 4 Boston Music Awards. And now I have a band called the Squeezebox Stompers, which has been around for about 20 years. And we've had 5 CDs, and we play all over the place in New England.
Okay. How long have you been, I think you might have answered, how long have you been a professional musician?
Oh, 50 years.
50 years?
Yep.
Professional musician, okay.
Yeah.
And I think you told what type of music, you told me what type of music.
Well, right now I'm playing with the Squeezebox Stompers. We play New Orleans style music, Cajun, Zydeco, New Orleans classics, a lot of my originals. I also play traditional Irish music and sea shanties. Right now I'm working on a children's album that goes along with my children's books. And I'll be starting recording in April, and that should be out sometime in late May or early June.
Okay. And where do you play?
Well, this summer we're playing at a lot of town concerts on the town commons, outside of the town libraries. We're also traveling to New Hampshire to play at some festivals. We're playing at the Chocolate Church in Maine, which is a great venue. It's a
We got
old
free
church.
chocolate? No, sorry.
No, it's called the Chocolate Church because it's brown on the outside.
No, sorry.
And when we're playing up in Maine, on Cranberry Island on the 4th of July, which is off the coast of Bar Harbor. And so we've been around. We played in Winthrop. Last year we played at the Winthrop, the library's anniversary. We played at the Winthrop Historical Improvement Association barn. And I played individually for kids only and for the Winthrop Play Group and the Winthrop Library. So I've been around.
Okay. So your primary instrument is your accordion.
Yes, been playing that, like I said, since 5. And then I taught myself how to play the Anglo concertina, which is used for Irish music and sea shanties. And I also taught myself how to play the piano. So I mix it up, playing those different instruments.
Wow, very interesting. Please tell me about the books you have written.
Okay, I've written 3 books in the Seymour the Seagull Tales series. First one's called Seymour the Seagull. The second one is called Brotherly Love. The third is called True Friends Indeed. And they all take place at Revere Beach. And the major character is Seymour the Seagull, who teaches other sea creatures and people lessons in kindness, acceptance of diversity, support for people or animals with disabilities, and anti-bullying. So they're fun books for kids, great illustrations. They all are in verse, they all rhyme, but they also teach lessons in kindness. I'm a member of this organization called Ella's Way, which is a group of international children's authors who all have written books about kindness. And we donate books all across the country and in the world to different schools and libraries and children's programs. So I'm proud to be a member of that as well.
Great. Do you enjoy writing?
Yes, I do. Writing is work, but I do enjoy it. It's a process. You start with one little kernel of an idea, and then you expand upon it, and you work on it, revise it. And then when it all comes into fruition, when you hold that book in your hand, and then you see kids reading it or having the book being read to, or my doing readings with kids, I get a real enjoyment from that satisfaction, knowing that they enjoy the books. And, you know, that's my goal, really, to get kids to enjoy the books and to learn some aspects of kindness.
But the process of writing,
Yes.
do you enjoy that, or is that
I do.
Is that a task? Is that?
Well,
I know it's hard. I know writing is hard.
writing is hard, and anybody who does it will tell you that. You don't write anything. Like I write a lot of songs. It takes me 50, 60 hours to write a song.
Really?
Yes. Writing a book takes a year.
Yeah.
Even though it's like 34 pages of a children's book, and it has to rhyme, it's not an easy thing. But in the back of my mind, I know that it's going to come about if I stick with it. And one of the things, as a writer, you have to fight is writer's block and any kind of criticism from anybody who criticizes your work while you're working on it. You know, you can't be thin-skinned.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you a playwright as well?
Yes. I've written 3 musicals, 2 of which I put on in Winthrop. One of them was called The Katrina Roadhouse. It was about the aftermath in New Orleans after Hurricane Katrina. And it was a group of people who were isolated in a roadhouse during the storm, and it's all about their personal lives. The second play is a comedy about golf.
About what?
Golf.
I-
Yeah, I'd rather be lucky than good. And the third one, as I mentioned, was about the Brickyard in Lynn. And it was about the last night at a bar that was holding open mics where people played their songs and they talked about how these songs affected their lives. They talked about how music was an empowerment during their lives. So, and also written a couple of short plays, like 15-minute plays that are comedies. And I've had 2 of them perform at the Playwrights Platform in Boston, and one of them in Lynn.
You have told me that you had, it was very stressful to get those things produced, correct?
Yes, because I ended up being, in some situations, one situation I was the director and the producer. In other situations, I was the producer. And there's a lot involved in terms of like casting. That's really tough. That's like, I think, the most difficult part of putting on a production. And then the publicity, and then arranging all the hall and ticket sales and everything, soup to nuts. You know, it's great when you see the audience applaud and everybody loves it, standing ovation. But behind that, and anybody who tells you, who has put on plays, how much work it is, how nerve-wracking it can be. I had one actress who got COVID the day before the first performance.
Oh my goodness.
And I scrambled around searching for a person to replace her. And luckily, I found somebody. I was only met her hours before the first performance. So she used the script, and she pulled it off. Beautiful. It was like she was an angel sent from God to come in and rescued the play. So those are the kinds of things, as a producer or director, that you have to, you have to worry about, things, what could happen. But the show must go on.
Right. Okay. You belong to any clubs or organizations in Winthrop?
I am on the board of WinArc, which is special needs organization made up of parents and other volunteers who provide social activities, recreational activities for individuals with disabilities. My youngest son is severely disabled, so that's how I kind of got involved with this. And we put on all these kinds of activities, dances, sailing program in East Boston, bingo night, trips to like Boston Garden for a skating program. So I'm on the board of that. I attend some of the WEHA dinners, speakers, and I'm a member of the.
And for those of you who might not know what WEHA stands for, is
Yeah.
the Winthrop Historical Society.
Yeah, Improvement and Historical Society. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Winthrop. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I'm also a member of Simon's Winthrop Bookstore Book Club, as that's where I met you.
As I am also a member of the
Right,
book club.
right, yeah. So yeah, I'm very actively involved in Winthrop, and happy to support various activities that go on here.
Great. You may have answered that already, but the question I was going to ask is, what do you do for fun in Winthrop when you're not working?
Well, I love the ocean. Well, just the other day, I just took a walk along Winthrop Beach and realized, wow, this is beautiful, And in the summer, I like to go kayaking, all within like Winthrop Harbor, staying close to shore. I don't go out too far in the open ocean. I have capsized 3 times.
Oh, geez.
So-
I hope you know how to swim.
Yeah, but so I don't go like from here out to Boston Harbor Light or anything crazy like
I
that.
don't think that would be a good idea.
No, I stay within the confines of Crystal Cove, or just along the edge of Winthrop Beach. So I like to kayak. I play golf with a bunch of friends from high school, and we take our son out to all different places. We went to the Children's Museum yesterday. There's a lot to do, in the summer outside. So I keep myself busy. I try to get outside whenever the weather allows.
Well, that's it. Thank you. I don't think I can ask you any more. Thank you very much, Ralph, for being a part of Winthrop Today.
Okay, thank you very much for having me.